Hey everybody, welcome back to This Old Hot Rod. It's Mike. I'm up here in Middleborough, Mass. And it's Saturday morning. So a couple weeks ago, a friend, a local hot rodder, sent me a message and said, hey, I found an old car you might be interested in. And said that it was a gentleman's car that his dad had unfortunately recently passed. And it was a project that his dad had been working on for quite some time. Said that he was just looking to move it along so he could get the house cleaned out. So it's been a few weeks. I spoke to him a few weeks ago, and I kind of left it that when he was heading down to the house the next time, he would reach out to me and let me know, and I could possibly come down and take a look at the car and see what it was all about. I've seen pictures of the car. I have a good idea of what the car is, but I'm still not 100% sure. And the reason I say that is I think his father had been modifying the car and had taken one body style and was trying to make another. So that being said, we're going to head down this morning, Allie and I. We're going to take a ride down. Like I said, it's raining. Who knows, maybe I won't pick the car up today and bring it home, but I'm bringing my rain gear, I'm bringing my gloves, I'm bringing my camera, and I'm bringing a pocket full of money. So we'll see what happens. Let's go for a ride.
Michael, I have food in my teeth.
Allie's watching her show.
I get Netflix sucked in.
You should be Googling hot rods.
I get sucked into Netflix. So excited. No, honey, women watch these shows to get excited.
Oh, the ones with the sex scenes in them?
Yeah.
Oh, those are amazing.
Michael, what if I have bagel in my teeth?
I'm pretty sure you do.
Oh, you have it on my face.
You have bagel on your face?
Yeah.
This is about the moment when I start to get like...
Excited?
Yeah, excited, but like, I don't know, the nerve, because I don't know what I'm going to find. I don't know what's going to be there. You start imagining all these things, you know, all the parts that are going to be there. And yeah, you just don't know, you know, it's the nerves and it's the unknown when you're pulling up to a guy's house that you only spoke to on the phone and said that he's got some old hot rod parts. As I talked to him yesterday on the phone, and he had said that he had come down this past weekend and had found a lot more car parts. He thought there was a seat up in the attic in the garage, so he didn't mention whether or not he found that, but he said he found some more parts that he put together, kind of put them all together in the same spot. The body of the car was flipped upside down, and the photos really weren't that great. It looked like his dad was doing some patch panels on it. I'm not 100% sure going into it what I'm actually going down to look at, so it's raining really hard today, so we're not sure if I'll actually end up taking it home today, or if it's going to be something where maybe I come back down and get it tomorrow.
The destination is on
Here we are.
So, Michael,
What's up, guys? Guess what?
you bought another car.
Bought another car. Well, or I bought an old Massachusetts hot rod.
You bought pieces of
But it doesn't matter. The spirit is still there. I got the body, the doors, the cowl, the hood, grill shell, headlights, taillights, a bunch of little bits and pieces. Yeah, so it ended up being, it's a 1930 coupe. Really cool car. It definitely has the hot rod heritage, you know, the Massachusetts hot rod history that goes along with it. It's been in his family. It's been in his family his entire life. The car's life also. It's been a one-family hot rod. So I'm really excited. I'm able to purchase the car. It's pouring rain today, so neither him nor I or Allie wanted to get soaking wet loading the car up into the bed of the truck. So we're gonna wait till tomorrow, let the rain kind of blow out, and then I'm gonna go back tomorrow morning first thing and finish off the deal, pick up the parts for the car from the car, and pick up everything that we purchased. Yeah, just really cool. It was cool to see it in person, not knowing exactly what it was. Looking at the pictures, it was kind of hard to tell. And I'm looking forward to getting all the pieces together and getting it kind of mocked up and put together. He's gonna put together kind of like a stack of photos or a photo album for me of a lot of the photos of the car, and then be able to get that from him so I can kind of document all the history. But from what it appears, this car has spent its entire life with one family.
And he has pictures of it too.
Full documentation on the car, all the photos. Just one of those opportunities that not a lot of guys get, to be able to discover a piece of old hot rod, Massachusetts hot rod history, and then have the opportunity to possibly put it back together. And this is not a car that's seen the light of day, I'd say, for the last 30 years, probably longer than that. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
Don't put this on. I look horrible.
It's Mike with This Old Hot Rod up in Massachusetts, and I am heading down now to go pick up that old 1950s Massachusetts Hot Rod. I'm really excited. I just spoke with him, and he's gonna give me a hand. We're gonna get it all unloaded out of the basement. He went down in the basement again last night looking for more parts to see if there was anything else he could find of the car, anything that belongs with the car. He also said if there's anything moving forwards in the future as they're cleaning out the entire house, if there's anything that they come across that's car related that he thinks may go with the car, that he'll call me and I can come down and grab that, which is really nice of him. He certainly doesn't have to do that, but he wants to see the car and the parts to the car go to not only the same home but the right home. So I get to be the caretaker and the next owner of this old hot rod. Any car that's survived the test of time, that's more or less been kept together, even if it's just the body, I kind of consider it a survivor. Cool. Woo, windy today. What's that? Oh, it's all good. Awesome. spot right there.
Yeah.
Let's make it all fit.
Alright, so anything else you want to grab first? You want to do the other big stuff? Or?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, make sure you get it out there and figure out how it's going to fit.
Well, this stuff out of the way. I can always just come back and grab the rest of it if I have to. It's not too far away.
Yeah, let's take like 40 minutes.
Yeah, not even. Obviously, it's the winter time too. Tetris trying to get everything here. In my brain on my way here, I'm wondering how I was gonna fit it all in there.
Beat it.
Yep.
Put some
No, I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah. Throw that right in the truck or put it on the ground, I'll throw it in there.
All the bits and pieces. All right, I want to run down and just take a look at that, the pictures and stuff. Maybe check out that old registration. That'll be super cool. December 19th, 1959. This is the heyday of New England hot rods. Was the late 50s. It started in California in the 40s. It was real big in California right after the war. And then a lot of the soldiers that met one another who were on active duty at the time talked about hot rods and shared pictures and everything else, and that's when it really started spreading east. And like I said, the late 50s. Oh good, hopefully there's a date on this photo here. Oh, we had the...
Yeah, you pull it out if you want. Some of the dates on the back.
Yep, I have.
That's a good one. There.
Yeah, I have been.
Is that a date on the middle?
1961. Yeah, they're all numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Look at that.
They still developed them all by hand.
It's incredible. Unbelievable.
I gotta start taking more pictures and stuff. It's so much easier now too, and I still don't do it, you know.
I take a ton, but I don't print them out, you know. Yeah. But I will print these out. On the car that I have now, that I'm working on, I met the owner who owned it in '63. He purchased it off the gentleman who built the car. It was George Ryan. Oh, 1979. This photo was cut down. Oh, it was standing up in the backyard.
Yeah. Up
against a shed. He had already cut it down.
That must have been... That was what, 79?
Yep. September of 1979. Set my camera up. Yeah. Yep. It was already... It had been cut down.
Yeah.
There's no date. Well, maybe there was one and I can't see it.
Yeah. I think my dad was living in this area.
Look at that he put together.
Oh yeah, the thing was that like a plow or something?
I don't know.
On the front there was another picture where they're
really
from the front of this, where it looked like it was some kind of.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some kind of plow or something they mounted on it.
Oh yeah. Boy, that is really cool. They call those jalopies, but that was a plow truck or whatever it is. To have the history, to have the photos and the documentation of a car is huge, because most of them didn't survive.
Yeah.
1960. Photo number 10.
I have a couple people I can try to get in touch with that my dad's known, you know, for a while.
Really?
I don't know if they, I mean, the friends from down here wouldn't really know much about that, but
no, it's the people from.
I might have the number for one guy that lives up that way that worked with my dad.
I would love to talk to him if maybe in the future.
I'll have to track down the number.
See if you can get the number.
That's the person I'm thinking of.
Even the name. You give me the name, and I can always reach out to him and see if I can talk to him. Who knows? I may have already met him.
Yeah.
I've met so many people. July of 1977, it still had the roof on it. Somewhere between
77 and 79.
Yep.
Got cut down.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying with the photos and everything. They tell the story. It's just incredible. So I got those.
Yeah,
Wow,
I wish I'd asked them more about it. I never even knew half these photo albums were here until
Really?
I started. These actually, I just found these like in one of these cabinets over here.
Wow. He had a '69 Camaro, or somebody did. He was working on.
Yeah.
March of '77.
I don't know if there are pictures of that one in here.
Same color blue. He loved metallic baby blue.
What's this one? What's this?
Oh, that's an Impala.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like a mid '62, '63 Impala. Bob's Rod. This is the picture right here. Bob's Rod, April 1958.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look, and it's got the flipper caps on it.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, it's got a convertible.
I think it was low, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah, it was super low. Yeah, real heavy
I mean,
channel.
The pictures is what some of the guys do with them. Like,
Yep.
You know, sitting on the ground.
They go crazy with them. That was the thing. Massachusetts, they channeled their cars and they didn't chop the roofs.
until your dad chopped the entire roof off of this one, which certainly makes it unique. And by today's standards, people would cringe to see a coupe turned into a roadster. And they're known nowadays as a coupester. But in today's world, if you were to do that, you'd be shunned.
Yeah.
But back then, it's what you did when you wanted a roadster.
Right.
And he loved the car, so he wanted to keep the car, but he just turned it into a roadster.
Right.
Which
is
incredible.
Cars, they're common cars
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, they made 4 million of them. Yep. And who knows what he paid for it? He could have paid $50 or $100 for the car when he bought it.
Yeah.
They weren't really worth that much money back in the day. They were throwaways.
Yeah.
Especially at that time in the 50s.
Yeah, no, the Blazer, the red one.
There's the seats.
Yeah.
White with the black tombstones. The front bumpers here, the grill shell, the headlights. Like all the little key components that make the car so unique are here. It makes this car like a survivor, is what they're kind of known as. It's a survivor hot rod. That the trick now is to put it back the way it was, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Those,
oh no, this is yours.
yeah, these were just copies that were upstairs.
I'll take anything you're willing to give me.
Take the drawing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I got a big frame going upstairs. Actually,
Really?
The original one. I still can't figure out who drew it. There's no initials
kidding.
on it. Yeah.
There is a name.
Is it right?
Is
under,
it?
Is it under?
It's right there.
Oh, okay, I'll have to look at it.
Yep.
It's actually out by the front door. So.
Yep. Because the other day.
My eyesight just sucks.
Oh, mine too. I don't have glasses on right now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, I have these shocks at home.
Yeah.
These are Velvet Ride shocks. I have a few boxes of these. I have one of these little marker lights, so this would be either a driving light or a turn signal. Probably a driving light. I have one. I'll have to find another one. I collect these old parts whenever I can find them.
Right. Yeah,
for situations like this, Find a situation like that where you can put a car back together. It's nice to have all the old original parts from back in the day.
So just that dot in the middle of the light, and then there's a different light around, or is
Nope.
the whole thing the lens?
The whole circle in the center is the lens,
Yeah.
and then the chrome housing.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
that little dot. Who knows what that is?
All right.
It just might be the way the glass is made. Like these were bolt-on aftermarket, like accessory shock towers that they would have bolted on. Yeah, no, it's just so the whole front axle was painted white, which was very common. All the suspension looked like it was painted white on the car. This is the horn.
Yeah.
Was there a chrome horn that we saw?
Maybe we can take a look. I know there's
I thought there was.
a bunch of.
Yeah, so it's things like
So
that.
no matter how many times I go through those drawers, I find something new every time. Just lights and stuff.
Yeah, keeps.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How's it going, everybody? It's been a couple hours, but I got everything loaded up in the truck. You can see I got some precious cargo in the front seat. I got the seats for the car in the back. Obviously the grill shell. He ended up giving me a couple of magazines and photos that I have inside this box. And we found the horn, which I saw in one of the photos that I looked at. That's the original horn that was on the car. See, the center of the horn inside is painted baby blue like the rest of the car was, which was really cool. And thank goodness to the photos. Allie actually found that, or we saw that horn yesterday. I didn't really think anything of it, but then when I was looking at the photos, I noticed the horn and I remembered seeing the horn, so I was really fortunate to be able to find that horn again. Like I said, after seeing it in the photos, so really excited about that. We found he had this copy of the registration, the old registration and titles, which he was gonna hang on to, but then he actually found the originals, and those were in a file cabinet in the basement. So he then said he ended up having other copies of this as well, so he gave me a copy of the paperwork of the car. So Like I had said in an earlier video, the car was built in 1958. The earliest photo I found of the car was April of 1958, and I'll post that one photo up now. And it's on the back of the photo, it says Bob's Rod, which is... I want to put it out to the world. I want the world to see it. Just this old Massachusetts hot rod built in 58. Back in the day in 58, that was when all the things were happening here in you know, the East Coast, on the East Coast. So, and the fact that all the original body panels are with the car, they're still in the original paint. The owner's son was asking me if I thought how hard it was going to be to match the original paint. I don't think it'll be that hard. So I'm kind of looking forward to that process when it happens in the future. I told him it's probably going to be a few years, but I promised him the same thing that I told Walter Ash, is when the car is built and it's on the road, I'll reach out to him and I'll take him for a ride in his father's old hot rod, because as far as he remembers, since he was born, since he was a kid, the car has never been together. It's always been apart in the basement. So the father, it looked like what the dad was gonna do, what Bob was gonna do, was it looked like he was preparing to put it back up on top of the frame, probably just to make it more enjoyable for him as he got a little bit older, I would imagine. I was explaining to his son Jeff that these cars, when they're channeled that hard, they're not all that enjoyable to drive. So I have to assume his dad was kind of going to turn the clock back and go the other direction with the car and make it a high boy again, just for you know, comfort reasons. And again, he really didn't know. He regrets now not talking to his dad more about the hot rod and kind of getting some more info on it. But we learned a lot from the photos, looking at the photos and looking through the pictures and figuring out the dates. The dates really are what telling the story. The car was still a coupe in 1977, and then the photos I saw in 1979, the roof had been removed. So somewhere between 77 and 79 is when he converted it from a coupe to a roadster. There's really no reason for me to change it back to a coupe. As cool as it did look back in the day, you know, the original builder to the original owner of the car converted it to a coupester. So that's what he wanted the car to be, so that's what the car is going to be. Opportunity to save another Massachusetts hot rod and potentially someday in the future get it back on the road. So for now, I'm gonna put it up on some shelving in the garage and try to tuck it away in its special little spot so it's not taking up too much space, and then just wait for the day and the time where I have the time and I'm able to collect enough parts to put the car back together. It looked like the car had a 35-36 front axle underneath it with a spring ahead setup. I don't know if I'll go that route, but I may. I had a 39-40 rear axle. It was flathead powered with a 3-speed. Unfortunately, the drivetrain has since been gone. You know, it's since been moved on. Looked like it was on a 34 frame, which I'd said earlier in the video. And again, according to the photos, like I said, the photos kind of tell the story. So it looked like it was channeled over a 34 frame. It had a 1946 flathead in it, according to the information on the old registration, which is really good information to have. And yeah, there's still a lot to learn, a lot of uncovering to do, a lot of digging through the photos and photo albums. And Jeff had said anything that he comes across that is in relation to the car, he is certainly going to reach out to me, and he wants to make sure that I have everything that belongs to the car. He wants everything to be in the same place, and he's just really happy that the person that ending up with the car is gonna do something to the car and actually finish it up and put it back on the road. So he said, I know my dad's would be happy about that. And like I said, he himself is happy about that. So, and I'm just honored and happy to be the person that has the opportunity to do it. So want to say thanks everybody for following along. This is just the first installment of the Bob Blomberg Coopster. It will remain the Coopster. Sorry, this thing's rattling in here. I knew it was going to be a noisy ride home. So again, this is the first installment of this car, and I'll probably do some updates on the car as I kind of piece things together. I need to find a chassis for it, so as soon as I find a chassis for it and kind of stop piecing things together, I'm going to do that. It will remain a heavy channeled hot rod from the 50s. Like I said, I want to kind of put it back to where it was. It had white suspension, a black frame, and baby blue panels, baby blue paint with black and white Naugahyde tuck and rolled, or just pleated interior. I'm gonna do some research on the photos to try to figure out what it had for steering. It still has the original gauge cluster in the dash. I'll show you guys that. And yeah, gonna do a walk around video of all the parts and the story and the info and everything that I have on the car when I get back to the house and get everything unloaded. So that'll be episode 2 of the Bob Blomberg Coopster, or the Blomberg Coopster. Blomberg Coopster. I have to get used to saying that. The Bob Blomberg Coopster. Or Coop. We'll see what happens. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.